What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy Pepper Boosted. I got
Beans.
We're going to be working on Beans' 2017 BMW 230i. We got H&R lowering springs we're going to be putting on it. We're going to pull it into the garage, get it jacked up, and see what we're working with. All right, guys, so I decided, Beans gave me this idea. We're going to go ahead and measure the gaps on these tires, or fender to tire, pre-spring. So we already measured it with a measuring tape. I can fit about 3 fingers in.
Oh my God!
This gap was about 1.5 to 1 3/4 gap up in the front. So that's, like I said, that's pre new spring. Back here is about a 4-finger gap from fender to tire. We measured this one. It was about what did we say? I think it was like 2 3/4 or something like that. So the rear gap is obviously much bigger. It usually is on most cars. So that's pre-spring. So we'll go ahead and get this in, and then we'll get set up and everything. Rears should be pretty simple. It's just generic spring install in the rears. Fronts are obviously going to be the more difficult one, as usual, because we have to decompress the front strut. But we'll take a look at everything we have to do to get to that point with his car once we get it into the garage. All right, guys, so we have the instructions right here for the springs. We have to take some pre-measurements real quick before we get started. Then we have the H&R lowering springs right here, and then the job that I'm most concerned with is the job of the strut compressor. I'm not too sure how this works. Beans' dad knows how this works. We may watch a couple videos just to make sure that we're going to be staying safe while we use that, but now that we have all this laid out, we showed you the parts, let's go ahead and get over to the car.
You have said enough.
Alright guys, so right now we are in Boosted's car in the GR, heading down to a BMW dealership because we have ordered parts. The dust boot that is covering the strut on both sides is actually ripped in half.
Yeah.
So we're running down there. It's like 40 minutes away, so it is cutting time into our little project that we got going on here, but it's kind of something that needs to get done. I will give you a little update when we get the parts from BMW, and then time for the drive back when we pick them up.
All right, guys, so following that clip from Beans, we just got back from the parts store at BMW. We got these new boots that we're going to be putting in. Right now, we didn't really get to record too much because we were trying to make sure that everything was going accordingly. We got this off. The original boot was ripped pretty bad. The top piece was ripped apart from the entire rest of the boot. So we're going ahead and assembling the passenger side right now, but I figured while we have this side apart, we can go ahead and show you. We didn't use a spring compressor as we normally do. We didn't take out the whole strut tower. What we did is we took the nut out from the top and then just decompressed the spring itself by using a jack on the bottom of the rotor and then letting it down that way. And then we kind of just used the spring compressors inside the fender right here and just compressed it that way and then slowly pulled it out. Kind of a pain, but not too bad. It would have been a lot longer if we had taken the whole strut tower out and everything and played with all of that. So right now we're just getting that side assembled. We're just going to remove this factory bump stop on that side and then slide the new spring on and then put the new boot over top the spring and then slowly get it wiggled back in there. And then after we get that side done, we'll show you guys what it looks like, put back together, and then we'll show you guys this side as well, and then we'll get to the rears. All right, guys, strut tower is back in. These are all torque to spec according to the website that we found. Springs in, looks freaking killer, looks awesome. Can't wait to see this thing on the ground. We're working on the driver's side now, and then all we have left is the rears, and then we will be done with the 230i. All right, guys, so we went ahead and got the rears taken apart. We got the factory spring out, new spring in. We're just getting this bucket pushed back up, getting the bolts back through, and then we will be done. Let me show you this side pre-taken apart so I can show you guys what we did on it. So right here we have this old spring out. We took these 2 different boots off, put them on the new spring. All it was this bolt right here and then this one right here as well. Drop the bucket down and then literally just take the 2 boots off the old spring, throw them on the new spring, and then we're just slowly jacking this whole section back up so we can get everything realigned, and then we'll be done with the rears. Much easier than the fronts because you don't have to deal with any struts, but once we're done with this, we'll catch up. I'll give you guys a pan of what the car looks like, and we'll be done. right, guys, this is the end of the 230i H&R lowering springs. I think it turned out amazing. Gap-wise, you could fit 4 in the rear and 3 up in the front, but now you can barely fit 2 on both sides. So it changed the gap pretty tremendously on this car. I think it turned out really good. I think the car looks a lot better than it did. Beans?
I love it. It rides extremely smooth.
Yeah.
I definitely, in my opinion, since it's a sports spring set, it rides a lot smoother than factory, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels a lot more looser and takes bumps a lot nicer.
Yeah.
So.
I think it turned out pretty good, but that will be the end of the video for you guys today. We did install springs on the GR Corolla, which I'll put that video up right here, so you guys can go watch that next. But if you guys did like this video, make sure to put a like on it, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you get notified when we make more car content. And then I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.